Since the beginning of April, Payment Genius and Worldline have been on a mission to answer one question. How can the checkout process be optimized, the analysis of payment data be used effectively, and solutions from big techs, payment methods and PSPs be deployed all over? This might sound like a broad question because it is. So how will we manage to answer it? We are answering this question by leading 5 sessions of over 20 payment experts from the Netherlands. These payment experts present their findings, which identify the key developments in the payment industry, and they collaborate on a real-life case study. In this video, I will be bringing you up to speed on the main findings of the first 3 sessions. For those watching who aren't familiar with the current Dutch checkout process, it's good to know that Ideal has reigned as the leading online payment method in the Netherlands. And generally speaking, the checkout process is constantly evolving to minimize friction, especially with the recent introduction of one-click checkout. But more on these 2 later in this video. Starting with session 1. We kicked off the expert group session with a meeting room full of enthusiastic payment professionals from leading merchants such as Ahold, IKEA, Picnic, Takeaway, Toshiba and many more. When asked about the participants' key objective for participation, the most common answers were obtaining more data insights, increasing customer loyalty, and connecting with other experts. After getting to know everyone, we kicked off with the first of many interesting presentations. First up was Dwayne Jeffrey, a data expert that has worked at companies such as ABN AMRO, ING, Adyen and Dimebooks, and is currently the managing director at DataPride. Dwayne shared 3 secrets with the group. The first secret is the 1% rule. In short, Dwayne explained that optimizing your payment strategy will almost certainly generate a 1% saving and increased revenue. Ensuring that your suppliers don't overcharge you, decreasing foreign transaction costs, and giving conversion a boost are relatively quick wins. The second secret is the data. Dwayne highlighted that ensuring you have the most relevant data at hand will give you the power to proactively manage your payment performance. The major data points include authorization data, sales data, and refund data. The last secret he shared was the blueprint. And in the blueprint, Dwayne focuses on the type of organizations that are best served with these solutions. A minimum of 50 million euros in annual revenue with an international span and the possibility to open up local entities for local processing. To adapt such an approach, creating a roadmap is crucial, so here's how a roadmap should look like in short. First of all, you start with an audit. Next up, you negotiate and leverage. The following step is to implement and test, and finally you track with analytics. Next up was Cusby, who built the Tenor platform to allow merchants to aggregate insights into the data from various PSPs at once. Cusby explained on how their tool collects data and turns it into actionable insights for the merchants. Then the second session. The objective of the second session was to identify the developments that have the largest impact in the Dutch payment landscape. When it comes to Dutch online payments, Ideal is the most used payment methods across. And therefore, Amos Kater, the head of Currents, the owner of Ideal, took the floor to give us the scoop about Ideal 2.0, which is currently in development. Just to put the popularity of Ideal into perspective, it processed over 900 million transactions in 2020 and is expected to process over 1 billion transactions in 2021. This comes down to 3 million transactions per day and over 2,000 per second. Then Ideal 2.0. You might be thinking, why develop an Ideal 2.0 when it's already clearly successful? Amos explained that Ideal is based on legacy technology, which is built in a way that limits the scalability of the current setup. In the market, there's a spread of value-added services, and the aim is to make it easier and have one point where value-added services are integrated. The main objective of Ideal 2.0 is to cut the amount of friction by the checkout process by over 50%. Ideal 2.0 is made up of 4 building blocks. The first one is a future-proof infrastructure. The second are seamless customer journeys. The third are value-added services. And the fourth is the agility and innovation support. Amos added that Ideal will engineer a seamless customer journey by requiring the buyer to enroll their personal details only once. Next up, Michel Mulder and Rob Green were ready to present their findings. On behalf of UL Identity Management and Security, they presented the following insights on the checkout optimization. Michel and Rob revealed that additional cost and shipping fees were the biggest reason for checkout abandonment. They added that the second biggest reason is requiring to have an account before you can place an order, and slow delivery and complicated checkout processes were cited as the next biggest reason for checkout abandonment. Rob followed these insights by 3 ways to cut down abandonment rates and improving the customer journey by leveraging EMV code solutions. The first solution presented was EMV 3D Secure, which is an additional security layer for online debit and credit transactions. The EU requires almost all transactions to be authorized using 2 out of 3 requirements. And these requirements are: first, something you are, such as a fingerprint or Face ID. Second, something you know, which can be a password or PIN code. And third, something you own, like a phone or a tablet. Next, Rob emphasized that EMV's tokenization makes payments more secure, it replaces the valuable card data, reduces risks, and it can be issued, deactivated or blocked instantly. Then to the third session. We kicked off the third session by presenting the case study, a real-life merchant that is processing over 1 million euros in transactions per year and is growing rapidly. Together with the experts, we analyzed the checkout flow of this merchant and came with some initial findings. Our advice for the merchant is to split the customer flow between B2B and B2C clients. We walked through the different payment methods, which are not yet tailored to the customer information such as country of origin, and concluded that the payment flow for some payment methods still has a lot of friction and unclarity. We will share these and our additional findings with the merchant, and next session we will explore together with the merchant how they can optimize conversion through payments. Then, Hugo Rijkens, the Director of Digital Payments at MasterCard, presented MasterCard's Click to Pay, a new initiative that outlines a huge leap forward in checkout optimization. These developments will allow both debit and credit cards to be used for e-commerce transactions and will be linked to a checkout solution rather than just a payment option. Hugo also explained in more detail the latest developments in wallets and payment methods such as Apple Pay, Google Pay and Samsung Pay. Next up, Moritz Kramer, the head of product and marketing at Tinka, acknowledged the rough history of debt collection. But Tinka took this experience to heart and has set a vision to innovate the most loved and responsible payment methods for the Netherlands and beyond. Tinka is the new name of Wacom's Buy Now Pay Later solution, and it's now finalizing its separation to become a standalone entity. Currently, 32% of the households cannot instantly finance a purchase above 500 euros. Offering fit-for-purpose Buy Now Pay Later solutions for these households can have a positive impact on their lives, and it can increase conversion for the merchant. We closed off this session by looking towards the next session, where we'll invite the merchant to make a presentation, and we will dive deeper into the case study in order to drive conversion through payments. Stay tuned to find out more.